All right, let's say I'm gonna give you all the numbers up front. So I'm a inbound lead, rather Facebook or PPC.
Okay.
You need to get the house for 100. I'm gonna, say I need 120,
Mm-hmm.
and ARV is 200. Okay. So
Okay.
I filled out the form. You have the address, everything. All right, ready? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hello.
Hey, is this Brian?
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, this is Dakota. I saw that you filled out a form on our website that said you were interested in selling your property on 123 Main Street. Are you still interested in selling that one?
Yeah. I'm trying to sell that house right now. It's ready to be sold. How much? How much are you gonna offer me?
Sure, yeah. I mean, we can definitely get into that. How much were you thinking you were wanting for it?
Well, I mean, I kind of wanted you guys to make me an offer.
100%. Well, we'll definitely get you an offer. Can you tell me a little bit about the condition of it?
Oh, well, it's a beautiful house. I've owned it since the 60s.
Wow.
It's just really beautiful. There's like this oven that's like my wife, she painted it and it's purple. It's beautiful.
Wow. Okay. Does it need any repairs or anything that needs to be fixed up on it all?
No, I think it's good. I think it works. Everything works.
That's awesome. Okay. And then you said you've owned it since the 60s. That's a long time. So that's what, 84 years now?
Yeah. I bought it when I was like 5.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's awesome, man. So it's been in the family for a while, it sounds like.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. And so have you updated anything since you've lived there?
No.
And
But
everything still works?
everything's good. I mean, one of the light switches don't work in one of the rooms,
Mm.
but besides that, I think everything's good. It's just it's been in the family. We had some tenants in there, and they moved out, so we're just ready to get rid of it.
Gotcha. Okay. So it's vacant now, is what you're saying?
It's vacant. Yep.
Gotcha. How long has it been vacant for?
It's been vacant for about 2 weeks now.
2 weeks. Gotcha. Okay. And then all the utilities and all are on and everything?
They're not on. We turned them off.
Got it. Okay. And then, what kind of timeline are you looking at for, wanting to sell this thing?
We want to sell it as soon as possible. So it's October. We want to sell it by November so we could use those monies for some vacations.
Nice. Where you want to go?
I'm trying to go to where Kamala Harris is from, Egypt, I'm pretty sure.
Egypt? Okay. That's awesome, man. Egypt specifically. That's
Yeah.
pretty cool. Do you have family over there? Or?
Nope, just trying to see her motherland.
That's awesome. Okay, cool. Are you
This
looking
is a joke, by the way. Please don't get triggered. It's a joke. But
So are you looking to get the highest price? You looking more for the simplest process?
also, I don't want to pause the role play, but that's like one of your big important questions, right?
Yeah, 100%.
So ask it again.
Are you looking for the highest price or the simplest process?
Well, we just want to sell it fast because we're trying to get out of here. So we don't want to work with no stupid realtor, no damn Remax,
Okay.
So what are you going to offer me?
Sure. Yeah, I would say, like, in order to get the highest price, usually you do have to go through a little bit more of that stuff that sounds like you don't necessarily want to do. With going the simplest process, it's going to be cash as is. You can take or leave whatever you want. And you don't have to do any repairs, clean up, clean out, anything like that. And we're going to cover all the closing costs. I mean, out of those two options, again, which one sounds more like what you're looking for?
The second one is just take all the stuff that's in there and close cash.
Yeah. Okay. And then why do you feel that way?
Well, I don't want to list with no stupid realtor because there's this lady that's always sending me mailers and I'm always calling her, telling her to stop. But yeah, we're just trying to go to Egypt and just hang out. So what are you going to offer me?
Yeah. Sounds like that's important to you getting to Egypt then, right?
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay, cool. So, I mean, this is not our offer or anything like that, but it looks like other investors are offering somewhere around 50 to 55. Again, that's not our offer.
Dang.
But if another investor were to offer you that, I mean, what would you say?
I'd tell him to go to hell and just go kick rocks with Joe Biden and Kamala Harris because I ain't dealing with none of that crap.
Right. Sure. No, I'm with you. And a lot of times we're able to offer a little bit more than other investors.
Yeah.
So, I mean, how much would you accept for an offer like that then? Like, what would be the lowest that would make sense?
We're trying to get like 120 because we know there's a house that sold around the same street for 150. We're not going to work with a realtor, so we know, saving a little money there.
Yep.
So that's what we're trying to get.
Got it. Okay. And so if you're able to get that amount, would you care who ends up buying it then?
Do I care? I don't care who buys it.
Okay.
Kamala Harris could buy this house. I don't care.
Got it. Okay. Yeah, I mean, so, and then the timeline, I mean, would you be willing to wait to go to Egypt for maybe like another 60 to 90 days? Or is that timeline pretty important to you to close fast and let's get you to Egypt?
Yeah. So what you're doing right now, to break the role play real quick, you're pitching a novation pretty much. You're saying like, hey, if you wait a little bit longer, you can get more, but you guys are gonna have to novate it.
I'm always gonna test it. Yeah. Again.
Okay, so in this scenario, I'm gonna say no. No, we're trying to move. We saw your ad say you can close in 2 weeks, so
Yep.
yeah, that's what we want.
Gotcha. Okay, yeah. I would say a lot of times, I'm able to give a little bit more. Just depends on exactly what the person's trying to accomplish. So if you could wait a little bit longer, I could probably get you, maybe closer to that 120 area. But realistically, again, it looks like other cash buyers are doing a whole lot less than that. So what would be the lowest that would make sense for you in order to get you going to Egypt in the next couple weeks?
Got it. And then again, to break the role play, I gave an offer. And then you're asking me again if to go lower instead of just spitting out a lower offer.
100%.
So, well, I mean, I could ask my wife maybe 110.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like I said, I think at the end of the day, if we bought it at 110 cash as is and we close in a couple weeks, from the numbers I'm seeing, is a good potential we could lose money on it. And I'm just going based on the repairs that you gave me over the phone. I'm giving some guesstimations and stuff. So realistically, like I said, other investors are somewhere around 55 to 60. I know that's not going to work for you, but how close to that do you think you could come and we can get this thing done?
Dang. I mean, I don't know, man. What are you going to offer me? I don't know.
I mean, realistically, when I'm putting all the numbers in the calculator, it's coming out to closer to the 80 number. And that's just in order for me to make our minimum profit. Usually, obviously, our goal is to make as much profit as we possibly can. But we also still want to make sure that you're still happy with the scenario too. And so we want to get you going to Egypt. So, I mean, if I can get you 80, can we go ahead and move this thing forward today?
No, I can't do 80.
Okay. I mean, what can you do then? That way you can move in 2 weeks. Because like I said, I can get you more money. You just have to wait a little bit longer. And so is it worth waiting a little bit longer to get you more money? Or would you want to get in Egypt in 2 weeks and see Kamala Harris out there?
We'll do 105.
I'm telling you. So here's what I'll say. If I could do 105 and still make money, I'd shake your hand right now and be like, all right, let's get this thing done. Virtually shake your hand and we get this thing done. But realistically, like if I buy it for 105, I have a very high chance I'm going to lose money. So I can't do 105. I mean, can you work with me a little bit if I'm able to maybe I talk to my manager and I can get him to come up to like 90? Would you be open to anything like that?
I think go ask your manager if you could do 100.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I could do 100, you'd be ready to go right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Honestly, that's...
Well, I got to ask my wife.
Sure. Okay. Well, how about this then? You go ask your wife real quick and make sure, because I don't want to come to my manager and then he gets upset with me because it's already looking like it's over our max allowable offer. And so I don't want to come to him and be like, hey, yes, you can do 100. And then your wife says no. So why don't you talk to her real quick? I'll put you on a real brief hold and then you go talk to her.
Okay.
All right. Hey, I'm back. What'd she say?
She said okay.
She said
100. You got to take it as is.
Okay. Well, let me do this then. Let me put you on a really brief hold, talk to my manager and see what I can do. Because again, this is looking like it's going to be a stretch for us, but I just want to be sure if I can do 100, you're ready to go right now.
Yeah.
Okay. Let me go see what he says. And then I probably come back. Hey man, I'm not going to lose your business over a couple $1,000s, am I?
No.
Okay. So I talked to my manager. And if we can do 95, can we go ahead and get this thing wrapped up? We're covering all the closing costs because at the end of the day, after we do all this stuff, we're going to buy it. We're going to pay all the closing costs. We're going to be all in for right around that 100. So can we do 95 and just go ahead and get this thing done? Let's get you to Egypt.
No, I gotta get 100. We put too much money into it over the years.
Well, you said you didn't put that much money into it.
Yeah, but we put new rain gutters. I put a new microwave.
Is
some other guy offered me more, but then he didn't call me back. So
gotcha. Yeah, I would say there's a lot of other people out there that will say that they're going to offer you certain things and they don't actually have the money. We're ready to close this thing in 2 weeks and get you your money, move on. We're not going to let $5,000 hold you back from going to Egypt, are we?
No.
Okay, let's just go ahead and get this thing done then. I'm gonna. What's your email address?
Brian, KamalaHarrisCampaign.com.
Perfect.
You go that hard on price.
Oh, 100%. We negotiate for every single one. Now, again, what I was going to do there is if you said no, but like I knew you were going to say that. And so I got the 100 approved. Let's go ahead and move forward. Now, it is a risk in a small sense, especially if there's a wife in that situation. I might not, because then he's usually got to go back and talk to the wife again. So in that scenario, I might not negotiate that hard, but I usually still trial. And I would say that works about 90% of the time.
Yeah, I think so. There's so many gems. So let's break it down. So one gem that I know happens in this industry a lot is if they need to be at 100, they rather offer 100, right? Or they offer like close. You
Never.
super lowball anchor them.
100%.
And then the problem right now that most wholesalers are having in this industry is they will lock it up for 110 and like, oh well, I might blast it out and see what happens, and then it doesn't sell, and then they just wasted 2 weeks of their time and the seller's time when they knew damn well they needed to be below 100.
In that scenario, so let's go through that scenario too. This is the same thing I was telling Justin yesterday.
My acquisition guy.
Yeah, so I would if 100 is iffy. You told me 100 is good, so I knew okay, all right, 100 is good. If you would not go below and you just kept pushing me and said no, I can't go below 110, and I asked like 7 or 8 times, I'd say, hey, look, why don't we do this then? Give me 2 weeks. I'll send my partners out there. Honestly, at 110, I don't think that I'm going to be able to make money, but let me see what I can do, and I'll see if I can find somebody to partner up with me. Maybe I can partner up with a contractor. He can save me some money on the rehab based on what I'm thinking. So if you give me 2 weeks, let's go ahead and move forward. Does that sound fair? 90% of the time, they're going to say yes. But now you set the expectation that there's another partner coming in. So now you can come back and renegotiate and say, hey, man, remember when I told you like I was going to try to do this and like I thought 110 was too high. Well, I was right. Here's where we came in at. Now you have your buy price and you go here. Now, the only way I'm doing 100, and this is me acting as a flipper buyer, not as a wholesaler. If you're a wholesaler, I recommend having an out every single time, because the worst thing, in my opinion, you could do is me have that conversation where this person thinking they're going to Egypt. I lock it up, and then they don't know that I don't have the money. I go to sell it. Nobody wants to buy it. And then now this person's all prepared to go, and then they can't do it. And you got to have the conversation. Hey, sorry, you're not going to Egypt. That to me is not integrity, and I think it's bullcrap. So in that scenario, if you don't have the money to close it and you're a wholesaler, I would throw in the contingency. And same thing that I just did with the 110 number. I'd say, hey, look, my numbers really say I need to be at 80 in order to make this work. And if they keep pushing me up to 100, I'd call them back. Hey, man, I talked to my manager. I think that we can make 100 work. It's just going to be us walking through and having our partners approve this. Because, again, I'm just going based on the information you told me over the phone. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to send them through, get some quotes, and just make sure that we can do that. That way we can all get what we want. And then, so then I'm going to send them over the agreement there. But now I set the expectation that, hey, I'm sending people in. I have a way out. Now it's like if I have to have that conversation, you set the proper expectations. The only reason I'm saying that is because I'm going to close on our deals, because if we tell somebody we're going to do something, we're going to do it. So that's the only differentiator I want to make there for wholesaler versus like an actual person flipper.
Yeah,